Hi, I hope that you have enjoyed previously to write into the Excel file. I think that is very useful. Of course, Witness has other possibilities. We can record several type of data, and then also we can see it graphically as well. So at the moment, we know how to display a variable, make some calculations, and then see what is happening once the model is working. Also, we know now how to export those values into Excel. Now, I'm going to show you a new functionality in where we can see a table in a real time, and we can see the real-time values, so how every variable is evolving in time. More interestingly, we can see some graphical things, so create like a histograms or table charts, and things that make the model more nice once you are trying to see things. So the first thing that we need to do after we have created all the variables and attributes, what we need to do is to select the data element. So I'm going to drag and drop this element as always we do here. So basically this data, actually I'm going to put a name immediately so that I'm not forgetting it. So data, let's say data table, let's say buffers. So that I can remember that this table is about buffers. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create columns in a way that I can see instantly what are all the time per buffer, considering every part has spent a random time in each place. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to double click the table. So this window will appear, and I'm going to create those three columns. So here in this button, I'm going to click three times, one, two, three, so three columns. I'm going to name them. The name doesn't really matter, but probably is something that you need to use to remind what the value is about. So I will say time B2. The next one is going to be time B3, and the next one is going to be time B4. Here, as you remember, every variable is real, which means that it's not integer, it's real, so we are considering decimals. Therefore, it's fully advisable to consider the reals as well. If you do integers, basically what is going to happen is that you will get an approximation of the real value. So eventually you can find some mistakes in the final figures. Then the other element is that we need to click here, is that how long or how often are we going to, how frequently we're going to update the value. So I really want to get the model values immediately. So I will click immediate. So click OK. So immediately you can see that we have those three columns. So now the thing is that how do we connect the model with those three columns, which is very simple basically. If we look at the slides now in the second part, you see that we have this portion. So here what it says is that in that data table, which we need to put the name, I'm going to, in the row number barcom B2, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, the same rule like apply for the Excel file, I'm going to populate the first column with this value. So I'm going to copy this text here. I'm going to go back to the witness model. So when I go to B2 here, the buffer, in the action and output, after I write in Excel, now I will also to populate that table that I just create. So the table name actually is not data table. The data table name is actually here. You can see data table buffers. So I'm going to double click there and the name appears immediately. So I can be sure that I'm not making mistake with the names. Now every row is going to be barcom B2. So here is barcom B2, which is perfect. The first column is correct. And then var delta TB2 is here, so everything is sorted. So that's why normally I try to create variables that are more easy to replicate later. So what I'm going to do now, also just to save time, I'm going to copy this text here. I'm going to validate, of course, so it's validated. So I'm going to do the same with the others. So B3, I'm going to copy the same text here because it's all the same. Now it's B3. Now is the second column, and it's bar delta B3. And for B4, return output, I'm going to do now is bar B4 is the third column, and is B3. Sorry, B4. Sorry. Validate, click on OK, and now I'm going to run the model. Of course, don't forget that we need to save the model. So the model now is saved. Run the model. So now we can see how instantly the different times from each variables can be seen. But more instantly, this is something that I think is very powerful now in Witness, is that, for instance, I can see those figures, but I would like to do something else. I would like to see a graph. I want to see them graphically. So I just need to right-click over the table. I click on Update Graphic. And then, for instance, I can select, for instance, let's say a histogram. So I do histogram, update. So now I can see the model, for instance. So now I can see how the different values are moving, which is very interesting. Or I can do other things. Let's see what happens. I mean, basically, everything really depends on the type of data they have, because of course, let's say it could be a column. You see, so I can see more real-time figures. You see, of course, everything depends on which data you want to graph or you want to plot. And in that sense, you will be able to display things in different ways. And of course, not every graph fits every scenario. But what you will see that at some point, you can see interesting things. Of course, when you have a lot of data, it's difficult to use let's say a bar chart, but you could try different type of graph in order to see which one best the most. I don't know, an area. Not sure if it could fit here. Well, it's like that, so you can see more or less how the time is being spread across the simulation in terms of waiting times in every buffer. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this session. Next time, we want to go more in detail with the requirements in the module, especially the assignments. And more questions about this, of course, we can cover that in the last session. So thank you very much for your time, and let's keep in touch.